Sports.
Perhaps skipper Mike Scioscia said it best after last night's game. It's been a rough 7 days for the Angels, but he quickly added, this can turn on a heartbeat. So putting the first 2 games behind them, the Angels look to a hot hand to quiet the Rangers' attack. Ervin Santana is on the mound looking for his 6th consecutive victory. Rangers and Angels, Game 3 is next. No giveaways tonight here at the Big A. The Angels just trying to snap a losing streak tonight. It is Game 3 of the 4-game series against the division-leading Texas Rangers. We say the division-leading because that's where they sit, right atop the American League West. The Angels 6 games back, in need of 2 victories here to wrap up this 4-game set. Hi, everybody, from inside the Big A. We welcome you back to Angels baseball here on Fox Sports West. I'm Victor Rojas, along with my partner, Mark Gubza. The first 2 games of the series, you had 2 youngsters on the mound. Garrett Richards on Monday lasted just 19 pitches because of the injury. And then, of course, Tyler Chatwood struggled yesterday. You turn the ball over to a couple of veterans, Ervin Santana tonight and Jared Weaver tomorrow. It's a tough matchup tonight, but Ervin's one of the best pitchers right now going in Major League Baseball.
Exactly, but you want him on the mound right now for the club. He's been throwing the ball exceptionally well in his last 5 ball games. You're talking about a fastball 94 to 96 with late movement. He's been outstanding at home in his career against Texas, 7-2 mark. His slider at times unhittable. His curveball's been good, his changeup, and his ability to be able to elevate the fastball, particularly inside. Change speeds against this very powerful offense of Texas, and you should be able to be successful. But the perfect guy to go in there, because I'll tell you what, he relishes his opportunity to go out and give the team a chance to win the ball game.
Ervin will be locked up against a very good pitcher in C.J. Wilson. The offense needs to come to life here tonight. We're just about ready for baseball. Game 3. Sit back, relax, lineups, and first pitch when we return. trade-in value guarantee. See your Hyundai dealer for details. By CarMax, now more than ever the smart choice is CarMax. And by Powerade Ion 4, focus, hustle, hydrate, believe. Beautiful night for baseball. The Angels trying to snap this little 4-game losing streak, and more importantly, trying to gain ground now, having lost 2 games in the standings with the first 2 losses. You see the Angels have already taken the field. Irvin very anxious to get out on the mound to face this Texas Rangers lineup. Texas with a 71-52 record. Have Ian Kinsler leading things off at second base. Elvis Andrus is at shortstop. Josh Hamilton experienced some back spasms late last night. Is in the lineup in left field. Michael Young, the cleanup hitter at third base. Nelson Cruz is in right field. Mike Napoli, who caught the first 2 games, serves at the DH tonight. Mitch Moreland at first base. Yorvi Torrealba will be doing the catching, and Endy Chavez for the second consecutive night is batting ninth and playing center field. Taking on Ervin Santana, the man who is 9-8 with a 3.10 ERA.
Boy, and look what he's done of late. The amazing thing, after that no-hitter, 3 straight wins with 8+ innings and 1 run or less. Only Sandy Koufax has done that. That's how good Ervin Santana has been. And anytime you get mentioned in the same breath as Sandy Koufax, you know you're flat out dealing. And Ervin Santana certainly has been.
5-0, 3 complete games, and a .84 earned run average over those last 5 starts. And 1 strikeout away from the career milestone. First punch out tonight will give him 1,000 for his young career. As Ian Kinsler swings first pitch and pops one up to shallow center field. Peter Borges coming on. 1 away. We'll take a look at the defense behind Irvin tonight. It's Vernon Wells in left, Peter Borges in center, Torrey Hunter in right. Alberto Callasmo and Eric Ivor guard the left side. Howie Kendrick and Mark Trumbo the right side of the infield, and Bobby Wilson behind the plate.
And Mark Trumbo should be pretty active. We said about 6-7 starts ago that Ervin Santana more of a fly ball strikeout pitcher, but he's been getting a ton of ground balls. And Mark Trumbo has been very effective as far as not only getting the ground balls thrown across to him, but turning a lot of 3-6-3 double plays as well as anybody in the American League.
Elvis Andrus stepping to the plate now with 1 out. And nobody on. Andrus went 2 for 3 last night, drew a couple of walks as Irvin misses up and away. The Rangers shortstop hitting .277, 3 home runs, 45 runs batted in. He's got 18 doubles and 1 triple. Takes a fastball for a strike, and we're evened up at 1-1.
It's pretty significant to get Ian Kinsler out on that 1 pitch. I mean, he's a guy that's worked the count pretty well the first 2 games of this series. Been ahead of the count 2-0, 3-0 each game.
2 balls and a strike. Irvin coming off the victory over Toronto up at the Rogers Center. 9 innings, 1 run, 7 hits. Well, just missed inside. It's 3-1. Irvin's had consecutive games in which he has pitched into the 9th inning with a shutout, and in both occasions had given up a solo home run to ruin the shutout. There's a strike, full count. The previous start against Seattle knocked him out of the game. It was a 2-1 win, but stayed in the game last time out against Toronto and picked up the CG. Here's the payoff pitch. Andrus takes just inside. It's ball 4. 1 out walk. We'll take a look at our Hyundai key to the game.
A little country for you today, Victor. A little Brad Paisley with Carrie Underwood. Remind the Texas Rangers why the Angels have been in this race the entire season, because of the starting pitching. In particular, Ervin Santana on the hill tonight has been very good his last 5 starts, establishing that fastball and continuing to pitch well against this club, the Rangers, at home at the Big A.
Here's Josh Hamilton. A 3 for 5 game, falling a triple shy of the cycle last night. And this is the situation that you have to be cognizant of with Andrus at first base. Irvin, throughout his career, has struggled in holding would-be base stealers at first base. And Andrus certainly can run and will run. Texas overall with 106 stolen bases on the year. Elvis with 31 of them. He has been caught 7 times. As a matter of fact, he was caught stealing yesterday in the 4th inning. Hamilton takes a fastball away. It's 1 ball, no strikes. In that last start for Santana against Toronto, and we touched on it a little bit, as good as he had been leading up to that start, the velocity wasn't quite there. The location of the fastball wasn't quite there until about midway through the game. Then all of a sudden things clicked for him.
Yeah, that was the amazing thing about the 7th inning. Everything started to kick in for him.
Hamilton loops one out to shallow right. Torrey's coming on. He'll play it on a hop. Torrey trying to deke Elvis Andrus there, and I think maybe perhaps fooled himself. Probably thinks he had another chance at it, but as it goes, it's a base hit for Hamilton. That'll put runners at first and second.
He's able to keep him there at second. He's not going to be able to advance to third anyhow, and the ball hit right to right field.
Correct.
And now a tough at bat here for Irvin against a guy who's had a lot of success against him. 353 career hitter Michael Young against Irvin Santana. And a lot of at bats. 24 for 68 against him.
Michael Young is 6 for 10 in this series. He's raised his batting average at .340, and he shoots one down the right field line foul. Fan losing the hat down there trying to catch the baseball. So Torrey, oh man, and he caught it too. It was in the hat. See, that newsboy hat would come in handy, but he's somewhat conflicted because he's a Ranger fan wearing the Angels newsboy hat.
He tried.
Got the baseball. It's all that matters. Young last night 3 for 4, 3 runs batted in. 85 runs batted in on the year, 10 home runs. Fouls this one back to the right.
I'm just looking at Elvis Andrus at second base. He's trying to time Irvin in the amount of looks he's going to get back at him. As a pitcher, you want to vary your looks back to second base. In fact, once and then go to home, maybe 2 or 3 different times look back, just to give a different look each and every time if you can.
Andrus with the 1-out walk. Hamilton with a base hit to right field. Texas with a couple of men on here in the first inning, and that has been the story now the first 3 games of this series. 0-2 sliders down and away. A 1 ball 2 strike count. Texas in game 1 scored a run on Monday night to take a 1-0 lead. Last night against Tyler Chatwood, scoring 2 runs to take a 2-0 lead.
We're in this amazing stretch for Santana. He's been getting a lot of ground balls and a number of double play balls. Michael Young has hit into 15 ground ball double plays.
Another 1-2, a swing and a miss. Down goes Young, 2 outs. Career strikeout number 1,000 for Irvin. He will toss the baseball aside.
Pretty good guy to get your 1,000th career punch out against. Nasty slider. Boy, that late break to it too, and Michael Young's usually pretty good as far as fouling that ball for putting that ball in the right field.
There it is, getting logged by Major League Baseball. They'll put that holographic sticker on it, make it authentic. So 2 outs and 2 on. Here's Nelson Cruz, the right fielder. Had a 1 for 4 game yesterday. Takes a strike. Nelson hitting .267, 26 home runs and 77 runs batted in. You see the numbers as far as Angels franchise. Nolan Ryan at 2,416. Irvin now at 1,000. There's the 0-1 pitch. No. Time was called apparently from behind the plate.
Never a big fan of that when you're going through your motion to be calling timeout. His arm is in motion to be able to begin to throw towards home plate.
A 1 pitch. Cruz out to right field. Torrey Hunter back a couple of steps and a small little moral victory for the Angels here as they keep the Rangers scoreless in the first. Esteuras, Borges, and Kendrick to face C.J. Wilson with no score. The Angels with a 65-58 record in game number 124 have Meiser Asturias leading things off. He's the DH tonight. No Bobby Abreu. Peter Borges is in center field. Howie Kendrick at second base. Torrey Hunter, cleanup hitter in right field. He's the proud owner of a 14-game hitting streak. Mark Trumbo at first. Vernon Wells in left. Alberto Callaspo at third. Eric Ibarz, the shortstop, and Bob Wilson doing the catching batting knife as they face the 30-year-old Orange County left-hander by the name of C.J. Wilson.
4-4 in his career against the Halos with an ERA at 3.42. Very good fastball. Talked about it on the pregame show. A guy that likes to throw the fastball off the outside corner and then bring it back in. 90 to 94 on that slider. Changeup. He will throw the slider down and in the right-handed batters, but loves the changeup and fastball away.
Facing Meiser Asturias, who had the day off yesterday. Meiser in that leadoff spot, hitting .272 with 5 home runs and 29 runs batted in. The Angels with a number of guys in their lineup that have been struggling of late. Asturias, one of those guys, although he's shown signs of coming back of late. 2 for 4 in this series with 1 RBI. And quickly falls behind here. No balls and 2 strikes. Check swing of the breaking ball. He is called out apparently by Field and Colbert. The home plate umpire Torrealba applies the tag. And there's the first out. Asturias never bothered to run down the line. So 1 away, and we'll take a look at the defense for the Texas Rangers. Josh Hamilton in left. Andy Chavez in center. Nelson Cruz in right. In the infield, it's Young, Andrews, Kinsler, and Moreland from third to first with Torrealba doing the catching.
And talking with Ranger people, Michael Young's played a much better third base this season so far, filling in for Adrian Beltre as he still tries to come back from that hamstring. There's 4 errors this season. And you look what he's done throughout his career. It's amazing as Beltre tries to get back from that hamstring. They're looking probably around September 1st for him. No rush to get him back in there and aggravate that injury. But Michael Young, 130 games played at second, third, and shortstop at the major league level. That's pretty phenomenal.
A hamstring injury that he has re-aggravated already. The off-speed pitch is down low, and Borges with a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Peter was in the leadoff spot last night. They're going 2 for 4, hitting .271, 5 home runs and 26 runs batted in. Young playing in at third just in case. Borges loops one out to the alley in left center field. That is going to split the outfielders, go all the way to the wall. Hamilton got to the baseball quickly, now bobbles it. Borges is going to be allowed to get to third base. If Hamilton comes up with it, I think you hold Borges as second with a double. The minute he dropped the baseball, he ends up at third. It's going to be called a triple.
And that's the deal when you deal with speed. And Peter Borges is very aggressive on the bases. Great instinct cutting around the bases to shorten up the space between second and third. It's a fastball we talked about away. A lot of times in the fastball changeup combo for C.J. Wilson. But you see how quick Hamilton had to get over there because he knows the reputation already of Peter Borges in that speed. Unable to pick that baseball up. Now at third base with a triple. Giving him triple number 9 on the season.
Hamilton's one of those guys that plays a shallow left field, so that shows you how fast and how quick he got out to that baseball. But Borges standing at third. Infield back for Texas. Here's Howie Kendrick. Gets jammed, rolls one over to second base. Borges will score as Kendrick is retired. 1-0 Halos. Howie with his 37th run batted in.
Job well done. That was a tough pitch. C.J. Wilson came in hard on the hands of Howie. With the fastball, was able to fight off it at the middle part of the infield. And with the infield back, you're going to get a run home. The important first run of the game for the Angels in this game. First 2 games, it's been the Rangers that jumped ahead.
So there are 2 outs. The base is clear now for Torrey Hunter. Torrey with a 14-game hitting streak. Went 2 for 4 last night. Picked up an RBI. He has 59 runs batted in. Takes a fastball for a strike. .257 average. 15 home runs on the year for Torrey. Grounds this one toward the middle. Andrews to his left. Has it. Quick transfer. The ball is a little bit high, and it pulls Moreland off the bag. And so Torrey will reach. It appeared to me if the ball is on the bag, it's an out and the inning is over. You figure that Andrews probably gets charged with an error. And he does. That's his 24th of the year. Not an easy play either, going to your left. Tough to try to close up that front shoulder to get in a better throwing position. But an error nonetheless, so the Angels have a man on here. But 2 outs and Mark Trumbo at the plate. CJ taking a long time getting his sign from Torrealba. So Mark backs out. He went 1 for 4 yesterday, had a double with an RBI.
And I think you'll see the Angels being aggressive against C.J. Wilson. No pickoffs this year. Not a real good move to first base, and has allowed for a left-handed pitcher a lot of stolen bases, 19. And with Torrealba behind the plate, base stealer has been successful all 14 attempts.
So what you're saying is
run.
Not a good combination.
No. You got to try to take that chance, get that in the scoring position.
Trumbo lines it out to the alley in right center field. This one is off the top of the wall, and it's in play. Torrey is being waved around. The relay throw from Kinsler is not in time. Torrey gets the hand on the plate. 2-0 Halos.
I think Mike Sosa's going to check and make sure that ball didn't get out of the ballpark.
The first base umpire, Lance Barksdale, is the one that made the call, signaling that that baseball stayed in play. Now the question is, did it hit the top and go out and then come back in? Well, it looks like it hit just off the top of the wall there.
Yep, looking right by the Cleveland scoreboard there, the number 4.
It's going to be a run regardless. The question is it a home run and a 3-0 lead? But by that vantage point there, it didn't seem like that ball cleared the fence. So it should go as a double and an RBI, the 23rd double for Trumbo, picking up his 66th run batted in.
Boy, what an impressive swing, though, by Mark Trumbo. That ball was a rocket to right center field. And that's a long way to go the opposite way.
Ted Barrett, the crew chief, heading in to take a look at that play. Fielding Colbert, the home plate umpire. Lance Barksdale at first, Adrian Johnson at second, and Ted Barrett is at third. Mike originally came out to talk things over with Adrian Johnson, the second base umpire, but his responsibility is the base runner going around first, and that's why Barksdale's going out to shallow right field, checking to see where that baseball hit off the wall. It's the best angle that we have. Even with the hand reaching out, it doesn't appear like it got the top of the scoreboard.
And also, if the fan reaches over the fence and hits his hand, it ends up being a ground roll double, and it prevents a run being scored.
So the umpires will take a look at it.
That's an impressive swing.
Yeah.
Well, it just stayed in the yard.
And I'm not even sure it even hits the guy in the blue shirt's hand.
No, they missed it.
Which would hurt, because if it is ruled a ground rule double, Torrey Hunter's got to go back to third base. Torrey starting at first. So we're waiting for the umpires here to come back out. 2 hits, an error so far in this inning.
I think that's the right call.
Yep. But the double ball stays in play. No interference by the fans. Ron Washington did come out and talk things over with Colbert as to whether or not Torrey got the hand on the plate ahead of Torrealba's tag. But credit Ian Kinsler for getting rid of the baseball very quickly and throwing a strike to home plate. Here's the slide. And sure enough, Torrey got that back corner of the plate as Torrealba had the sweep tag.
Great slide by Torrey Hunter.
Vernon Wells takes the off-speed pitch for a strike.
Most times you never like to see anybody come in and go ahead first sliding home, but this is the only opportunity Torrey has of getting in there before the tag is applied. He's got the back part of the plate before the tag was applied. Good call at home.
Trumbo at second. The 0-1 pitch is down low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Vernon went 0 for 4 yesterday. The average of 203. 17 home runs, 46 runs batted in. And in scoring position. 1-1 pitch on the outside corner. And it's 1-2.
Well, a couple of youngsters on the Angels coming through already. Peter Borges and Mark Trumbo.
Borges with the triple with 1 out. Scored on the ground out by Howie Kendrick. And then Trumbo doubling home Torrey Hunter, who reached on the error by Elvis Andrews. Vernon loops one out toward left center field, not very deep. Hamilton is over. He'll make the catch. The inning comes to an end. The Halos strike first. They get a couple of runs on 2 hits, an error, and leave a man on. 1 complete. The Angels lead it 2-0. To nothing. It is our pleasure to welcome into our booth former Angels shortstop and now the special assistant to the general manager, Gary DiSarcina, kind enough to join us here. What's going on? You're still a little chap because we were
I'm on
dogging on your
scholarship,
Patriots.
man. Oh yeah, you're all over the Pats. Don't be haters. Haters. Haters.
Haters? Is that how they say
Philly,
it?
yeah. Okay.
How have you been lately?
Yeah, I've been doing awesome. It's been a tremendous season for me going around the minor leagues and evaluating and checking out these guys and the young kids, especially down in Orem and Little Rock. It's been eye-opening. I've just been learning about the system, so I've had a lot of fun with it.
All right, the process of you coming back to the Angels organization, how did that come to play or in fruition?
Well, I was with 4 years with the Red Sox, and I was the roving infield coordinator last year. And Tony just gave Theo a call and asked me if I would be, through Theo, asked me if I'd be interested in coming back in some capacity. And I said, definitely. And he invited me out for an interview, and it kind of morphed into this special assistant job where I evaluate the minor league players and the staff and just come in and do some instructing, help out the infield coordinator, Jeff Pickler. It's his first year doing it, so just kind of support him and support the managers down there as well.
And you've seen a lot of the prospects down in the minor leagues. What do you think? Do you feel like there's a lot of guys that are going to be able to help the club out somewhere down in the future?
Well, a lot of the guys are here right now, with Trumbo, Borges, and Jordan Walden and Chatwood, but there's, it can get better. Without a doubt, it can get better.
Napoli shooting one down the right field line. Looks like he's going to try to go to second. The throw from Torrey sails on him. And that allows Napoli to get to second base with a double.
Down there,
position.
Down there, the prospects seemed a little sprinkled. You got, Segura down in Inland Empire. Then you get the Double-A team is tremendous. The Orem team is good. It's just not a consistent level of prospects yet. But there's some guys. Garrett Riches, along with him, Trout. That team's stacked. There's some sleepers down there. Cole Calhoun's pretty good down in Inland. Johnny Helwig, the pitcher that throws 98, 99. It was tremendous to watch pitch this year. It's just we got to get more consistent throughout the system.
You mentioned Mike Trout. And obviously, he spent some time in the big leagues here, limited amount of time. Do you think he's ready to be up here? Is he a guy that could help this ball club right now through the next 6 weeks of the season?
Well, I mean, he's a difference maker on the base paths and defensively. Offensively, he's taken a couple swings up here that I hadn't seen him take down there. I mean, sliders away from right-handed pitchers. You know, Gooby knows as well as anyone, those young guys, they tend to chase a little bit, especially when they get down 1-2. But he held his own. I thought he did a real good job, and he's going to be an impact player. Can he help right now? I'd like to see him play every day. You know, come up here in September and then help out, because he's just turned 20 and doesn't have a ton of at-bats underneath his resume yet.
Howie Kendrick will throw out Mitch Moreland for the first shot. Napoli advancing to third.
Boy, it was nice to hear the fans going nuts for you when he went out to throw the first pitch today for you too, D-Sar. What's the deal here? You're still loved so much.
God, I'm on scholarship, man.
Yeah.
What am I thinking? I show my face around here every now and then and go down in the bushes and work.
Yeah.
It's been good. I mean, I played 10 great years here. I had a blast. Played with you, Gooby. We had a blast. Learned a lot from a lot of people. And, the 90s were a tough year. We had 95, which was a little bit rough. We weren't able to close it out that year. But the players who went through the 90s end up being on the 2002 team and really being productive there. So it was great to see.
How do you like being a member of the front office? I mean, your aspirations are what? Is it to be a general manager? Is it to be a manager? Because Buck Rogers was up here yesterday. He mentioned your name as a potential manager, and it kind of, Gooby gave me the honest look, thinking, D-Sar
is a manager? Hey, you need a bullpen coach?
I'm a hybrid. Sometimes I go up in the front office. Sometimes I'm in the dugout. I'm a hybrid. I do a little bit of everything. Ultimately, I'd like to manage, but I have 2 young kids right now, and the roving job and managing at the lower level, short season, I had the flexibility to be home with my kids.
Right.
And Tony was great, giving me some flexibility with this job to be keeping a rover schedule and be home 10 days out of the month. Because, those 10 days after 6 months, I'm not a math major, but that's 60 days.
That sounds close enough for me.
So I get to be home with the kids for 60 days, and you can't beat that. If I'm full-time, I'm missing out on a lot of time. I was a history major.
Yeah, the math is the same
math
here
is overrated.
as it is in Boston, so it doesn't really matter. Let's go back to the ceremonial first pitch. And Gooby wanted to kind of break this throw down.
This was a good throw for you. You really worked on your form, got over the front leg very well on that pitch.
First of all,
great single there too, did you?
It's good wrist action.
It went over the lights, and all I cared about, my son was wearing.
Play at the plate, and they got him. Bobby Wilson hangs on to the baseball as Napoli bangs into him. That's one of those plays as a first baseman you're not quite sure, because that ball wasn't hit that firmly. But Trumbo made the decision, came home, and they get the second out.
That's a gutsy play by Trumbo, and he threw a perfect throw, and Bobby Wilson's able to catch that ball on the third base side of the plate, be able to block the plate, and prevent Napoli from getting the foot in as the tag is applied. It's an outstanding. That's the way you used to make him there at shortstop when you had the infield. And you used to love that, didn't you, with the infield and at short?
Yeah, I used to love it. Bang, bang play. The decision's made for you. Go home with it. Yeah, that was a very nice play.
And unlike your first pitch, that was a firm throw from Trumbo.
I want to stay up here all game. This is great. My son was. I was so nervous. My son was using my glove that I had 10 years with.
I remember never to go near that glove. Oh,
yeah, and he was using it. And I was so nervous that he hates the glove. It's disgusting. His hand stinks right now from it. But I was nervous that he was going to miss it, so I threw it high in the air, and I was like, according to some people, I was about a minute early on the throw, too.
Chavez hitting one out to left field. That will end the inning. Gary, thanks so much for joining us.
I'm going to have to take an inning off myself now.
We head to the bottom of the second with the Angels up 2-0. Trumbo to make the decision to come home, but the throw right up the line and kind of led Wilson right into Mike Napoli to get that second out of the second.
Boy, that was a perfect job by both Mark Trumbo and Bobby Wilson. The backhand right away, the strong throw up the third base line, and Bobby Wilson in position to be able to brace himself for the contact at the plate and still prevent Napoli from touching home plate and get that out.
The Angels have the bottom third of their order due up here in the second. Cayaspo, Ibar, and Wilson. Again, C.J. Wilson allowed 2 runs in the first inning. A couple of hits and an error by Elvis Andrews. Cayaspo went 0 for 3 last night, hitting .285 on the year. 5 home runs, 39 runs batted in. Our thanks again to Gary DiSarcina. Just a good dude.
Yeah, my ribs are hurting a little bit from laughing.
Oh, man. I think he got a workout, too.
Yes, he did.
I think we crushed him. Okay, also bouncing one right back to Wilson. Bobbles it for a second. But Alberto will be thrown out for the first out to start the second inning. Fans, follow the Halos at foxsportswest.com/Angels. Be sure to vote for the Angels poll question. Who should be the Angels' primary leadoff batter? This is your choice. Derek Ibar, Meister Sturis, or Peter Borges. Peter was there last night. Sturis in there tonight. And here's Eric Ibar batting in the 8th spot. 1 for 3 night with a double. Loops this one back behind home plate. And it's no balls and 1 strike. Oh, 1 pitch. Ibar trying to bunt one down the line. It's foul. It's no balls, 2 strikes. No balls, 2 strikes on Ibar. T.J. Wilson with a strikeout. No walks. Lefty coming off a win against the Oakland Athletics, allowing a run on 4 hits in his 6 innings his last time out. And he is also a guy that is very capable, as witnessed by his pitch counts. He threw 114 pitches in 6 innings. Throws a lot of pitches. Not intentionally, it just so happens that he is a guy that likes to kind of play on that outside corner quite a bit.
And you're going to get a lot of foul balls that way when you stay away as much as he does.
This one rolled foul up the line. And it's still 1-2. But he certainly put himself in a position going into the offseason as a primary free agent target. Left-hander, low 90s fastball, 15-game winner last year. Following it up this year with 11 games won so far.
He's got a good live arm, too. Anytime your left-handed pitcher can throw the ball upwards of 94, 95, you're going to get a lot of offers.
This one tapped foul at the plate.
And he credits Cliff Lee with a lot of the learning experience he got last year when Cliff Lee was brought over in that trade from Seattle. He's a guy that, you know, at times would walk a lot of batters and work at a slower pace, but he saw the way Cliff Lee threw a lot of strikes, worked quickly, utilized his defense.
Another 1-2 pitch. That's a breaking ball outside. It's 2-2. Wilson went to Santa Ana Junior College, then to Loyola Marymount before being drafted by Texas. As Ibar hits one out to left field, and Hamilton will make the catch for out number 2. Fans, take the Angels with you this season. Subscribe to MLB.tv today to see every Angels game live or on demand on your computer as well as your favorite devices. Visit Angels.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv. Baseball everywhere. So 2 up and 2 down here to start the second. Here's Bobby Wilson. Bobby looks at a fastball that is a strike. Looks like it was a little bit up and away. Hitting 185, 4 home runs, 6 doubles on the year. Bobby pulls one to short, one hopper to Elvis Andrews. The Angels go down in order here in the bottom of the second. 2 complete, the Angels leading it 2-0. Inning have a 2-0 lead. Irvin to face the top of the order here. Kinsler, Andrews, and Hamilton in the third inning. Ian Kinsler swung at the first pitch of the ball game and flying out to center field. He's 0 for 1. Likes hitting in this ballpark, even though he went 0 for 5 last night. So he takes a fastball for his strike. The opening game of this series had a 4-hit game, going 4 for 5, 2 doubles and 2 singles. Scored 3 runs. Pulled over to third. Callaspo has it. 2 outs. The NFL is back, and Fox's coverage continues with 2 preseason specials. First, on Thursday, 2 Super Bowl contenders go head-to-head as the reloaded Eagles, oh, Gooby's excited now, take on the always tough Steelers. Then on Friday, the Falcons head to Jacksonville to battle the Jaguars. Coverage of both games begin at 5 p.m. Pacific in high def only on Fox. Who are you imitating?
I'm just doing my Eagles impersonation.
But like the Eagles from now, or from like the 1940s?
No, it's when they score a touchdown, they do the whole spelling out the Eagles. I just can't do that anymore. I'm a little bit too old now to do it.
You look like one of those players that used to wear the old leather helmets. At least that's how agile you looked, as Andrews has a 2-ball, no-strike count. Elvis drew a walk in the first inning, the only walk issued by Santana. Irvin also has a strikeout. The old Statue of Liberty play.
Yes.
2 balls and a strike. Texas got a couple of men on in the first inning with 1 out, but Santana struck out young and got Cruz to hit a fly ball to right.
What if they missed by a lot?
3 balls and a strike. Velocity up there, that last pitch at 95. Bobby setting up outside, and the 3-1 is up and away, so the second walk. Really staying away from Elvis Andrews. And the guy you don't want on the bases, at least not via the free pass, and that has occurred the first 2 plate appearances for the Rangers shortstop.
Top part of the strike zone just off. Pitch before certainly looked like it was a lot better. You're right. Andrews may be going early in this count here.
First pitch to Hamilton. Line back up the middle. Ibar near the bag. Has it. Bobbles it for a second. Touches the base and then throws it away. Hamilton reaches on the fielder's choice. But there are 2 outs.
And you get the lead runner, you get Elvis Andrews off the base path. That's the important thing. Kind of an odd play altogether. It looked like Irvin jams him. Hop off the gloves, able to step on the base and then try to throw quickly. Hamilton gets down the line pretty good.
Just never quite had the right handle on the baseball.
And trying to get out of the way of the slide for Andrews at second base, too, to avoid contact.
So 2 outs. Michael Young at the plate with Hamilton at first base. Hamilton has 6 stolen bases on the year. He's been caught once. First pitch, a breaking ball for a strike. Quick throw to first. Hamilton back easily. Yeah, you look at the numbers for Michael Young, and albeit the power numbers have never really been there for him, but at some point, as good a season as Adrian Gonzalez has had for Boston and Curtis Granderson has had for the Yankees, at what point does Michael Young's name start to creep up for MVP consideration?
It has to. When you look at the extra base hits, 51 extra base hits for him, 340 batting average.
62 runs scored. He's played first, he's played third, he's served at the DH.
All for a guy that they were talking about trading before the season started.
Hamilton takes off. The pitch is outside. The throw down from Wilson is a little bit high. Hamilton has his 7th stolen base. So a man in scoring position, and Young now with a 2-1 count.
Well, a straight steal, but picked a good pitch to go on, and Bobby tried to be super quick on that one. Got underneath on his throw. 22nd stolen base against Irvin Santana this year. Texas will definitely try to get into scoring position, but via the stolen base against Irvin, that's for sure. He's got to vary to look.
Check swing on the breaking ball. It's a strike. 2-2. Torrey playing somewhat shallow in right. Borges in a couple of steps in center, as is Wells in left. Two-two pitch. Ground ball weakly hit towards short. Ibar comes charging in, has trouble getting rid of the baseball, and no throw. So Young will reach. Infield base hit for Young. And Texas was runners at first and third instead of the Angels being out of the inning.
That's the one thing you never want to do against Texas, give extra outs, especially when you think you could be out. It was a tough play. In the transfer, couldn't get a good grip on the baseball. At that point, that is the right decision. If you don't feel comfortable making that throw, hold on to the baseball. He tried to look back to see if Hamilton would have rounded the base at third. He throw quickly back to Callaspo, and Hamilton in position to stay right at the base.
So Nelson Cruz gets an opportunity here with 2 outs and 2 on. Cruz 0 for 1 with a fly ball to right. Fastball is in for a strike. That trade certainly worked out for Texas. 0-1 pitch, jammed him towards short. Ibar bobbles it for a second, throws to first. Trumbo digs it out of the dirt. The inning comes to an end. Hey, Eric's got to get rid of that spring-loaded glove. We're headed to the bottom of the third. Angels up 2-0. This is the play that ended the inning. Nice
good
play
scoop.
by Mark. Yeah.
It looked like every one of those ground ball hit the heel of his glove.
Top of the order, Meister Sturris takes a breaking ball for a strike. It looked like everybody, as Ibar got back in the dugout, wanted to check Eric's glove.
Make sure everything was okay with the glove.
Meister struck out at the bottom of the first.
I think it was all Desar talking about his glove.
Yeah.
I remember that. You could not go near Desar's glove, by the way. I tried.
You, an instigator?
Yeah, no. I tried not to do that stuff.
Never.
Maybe he's got Desar's glove. It's gone.
I think he's chapped with his glove. It's the leather's fault. It's not operator error. It seldom is.
No question.
It's funny, the superstitions that guys have as far as their equipment, the placement, even just the mere placement. You saw the gloves with the hats sitting there, where they place it. Good at bat. They keep it in the same spot.
Where a pitcher will sit each time in between innings when he's on the hill.
This is the play before the ground ball by Michael Young. Just couldn't get that bare hand in the glove. The leather got in the way. Yep.
Again, when you don't have a good grip, it's a good idea not to throw the baseball. We talked about Eric's instincts defensively have been outstanding. That's a good idea to hold on to the baseball and trust your pitcher to get you through the inning. And Urban Santana was able to do so.
3-2, and Sturris puts one out toward the alley in left center field. Andy Chavez picks it up on a hop, and Sturris is on with a leadoff single. So a man on for Peter Borges.
These are those times we talked about a number of times when the Angels score early, they keep adding on. Keep distancing yourself from a lineup like the Rangers. You don't want to make them feel that you're part of the game at any point. It's a time where Mike Scioscia either could put a bunt on or a hit and run. Something here to be able to create an opportunity to score.
Fastball down and away. Borges with a triple in the first inning, now with 9 triples on the year. Curtis Granderson and Peter tied atop the lead. The American League came around to score the first run. That was on the Howie Kendrick RBI groundout. (1-0). Runner goes, and the throw down from Torrealba is in time. It looked like a botched hit and run or something, because the conviction going to second was somewhat hesitant on the part of Sturris.
When you're going to be aggressive against C.J. Wilson, he's had a tough time slowing down the running game. Then stopped and was waiting for contact to be made. Somebody missed the sign there, whether it's Borges or Sturris.
2 balls and 1 strike. Usually when you get that delayed start from first base, more times than not, it's a hit and run. So Sturris thrown out for the first out here. Borges with a 2-1 count. The breaking ball down and in. 2-2. Inside, full count. Wilson, for the most part, is limited. Most of the Angels, as far as hits and batting average are concerned. Howie Kendrick's the one guy that has hit CJ well, even though Wilson got him to ground out in the first inning. Borges takes a called strike 3. And there are 2 outs. This week on Fox Saturday Baseball, Albert Pujols leads the Cardinals into Chicago to battle the Cubs in a showdown between they're still bitter division rivals. This week's telecast of Fox Saturday Baseball begins at 1 p.m. Pacific, only on Fox. To that, or the Cubs fans are just still bitter. As well they should be.
Yes. It's been a tough year again.
Zambrano still retired?
No, he wants to come back and play again.
But of course. Realize how much money he was leaving on the table as Howie bounces it foul. That's usually a mind change.
Yes, it does. It affects your decision, I think.
2 strikeouts for Wilson, no walks, 3 hits allowed. Kendrick 0 for 1, but did pick up his 37th run batted in the first. Wilson jams it with a fastball. It's 0-2. Halos went down in order in the second. Wilson's gotten 2 outs here. The first 2 batters after his Sturis single, caught stealing, and then Borges struck out looking. So Wilson trying to face the minimum 3 here in the third. In the 4th inning, Texas will be sending up Napoli, Moreland, and Torrealba against Irvin. That one shot to right field, a base hit. So Howie 1 for 2 tonight. In his career now 11 for 32 against C.J. Wilson, a 2-out base hit. Brings up Torrey Hunter.
Seen some pretty good approaches against C.J. so far. A couple hits to left center field and a couple to right field. One off the wall by Mark Trumbo. Any chance you're really going to be able to pull the ball against C.J. is if he throws that curveball down and in if you're a right-handed batter. Otherwise, think middle part of the field.
Torrey bounced one to short, more towards the second base bag as Elvis Andrus had to go to his left, picked the ball cleanly, but the throw pulled Moreland off. Torrey reached on the error by Elvis Andrus, his 24th error of the year, kept the inning alive, and that's when Trumbo hit that double off the top of the wall in right center field. Only one of the 2 runs in that first inning earned against C.J. Wilson. Torrey pulls one foul. Well, he was looking that fastball in. Got it. Just out in front of it.
It's more of a show pitch for C.J. Wilson when he throws something off the plate in. But Torrey was ready for that one. Like you said, Victor, he was ready to turn on that pitch.
Texas in the outfield plays Torrey the opposite way. Andy Chavez to his left or toward the alley at right center field. You see the big alley in left center field. The pull side of the field for Torrey. The infield is straight up. Moreland holding Kendrick at first. 1-1 pitch. Torrey is swinging a miss. 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes with Kendrick at first. 2 outs. Torrey pops one up on the infield. Moreland comes in, calls off Wilson. That will end the inning. No runs, 2 hits, 1 left on. 3 in the books. Halos on top, 2-0. 2-0, and we will take a look at our AT&T trivia question. Russell Branion, 2 pinch hit home runs this year. Who are the only 3 Angels ever with 3 or more in a season?
Jack Howell, maybe?
Jack Howell, good call. Mike Napoli to lead things off here in the 4th against Irvin Santana. Breaking ball is apparently a little bit high. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Napoli had a base hit. Ended up being a double. Torrey got to the baseball. Probably would have had a play, but the ball sailed on him to second base. Napoli hits one in the air to right center field. Chasing Borges back near the wall. Will make the catch for the first down.
Boy, Napoli can hit some high fly balls.
Yeah, a lot of rainmakers.
Uppercut swing.
Day game, perhaps that ball has got a chance to be in the seats. At night, a little different.
He's a guy that likes the ball out over the plate, gets his arms extended, but the uppercut swing, good distance, but not enough.
1 out, nobody on. With Mitch Moreland, the first baseman, grounded out to Howie Kendrick into second. We've seen this transition, if you will, from Irvin Santana over the last 5-6 starts. That pitch is a little bit high. To a lot more ground balls than what we've grown accustomed to seeing the first several years as a major league starter, known as a fly ball pitcher. This one rolled foul. It's 1-1.
He's definitely been getting a share of ground balls. A lot of them, and Bobby Wilson has talked to us a number of times about the late life on the fastball, working down and away from hitters or getting inside on left-handed batters and jamming slow rollers in the infield.
On the corner, 1-2.
Or painting it the outside corner at 94 miles an hour. That's a perfect pitch.
Here comes the 1-2. Orlo takes the breaking pitch down and in. Evens the count at 2-2. 6 hits in this series for Mitch Moreland. All 6 have been singles, but he's made them count. He's also picked up a couple of runs batted in. Two, chopper to second. 2 outs. Fans, the Angels take on the Chicago White Sox. A quick 2-game series beginning on Tuesday night. And on Tuesday, fans in attendance will receive a Rally Monkey Chia Pet.
Oh, you
supplies last. You like that?
I like it.
Purchase your tickets today at the Angels Stadium ticket office or online at angels.com. Hey, Norm, can you use some of that Chia Pet magic? That's Tuesday night. World famous Norm Peters, statistician extraordinaire. That's what it says on his business card. Is Irvin?
It does say that.
Right. That's all it says. Doesn't even say statistician. Just says extraordinaire. Torrealba reached on a fielder's choice. He's 0 for 1 as Irvin. This is with the fastball down and away. And it's 2-0.
And refocus. The 2 quick outs. Falling behind 2-0. At this point, not once has Irvin had a 1-2-3 inning. Here's an opportunity. Throw that fastball away. See if you get a ground ball to Howie again.
Toriyama fouls it off. And it's 2-1. As a matter of fact, it's the first time that Irvin has retired the first 2 guys to start an inning. Toriyama's the guy that hit that fielder's choice, that ground ball to Mark Trumbo. That resulted in a terrific play at the plate. Trumbo coming home and gunning down Napoli. Breaking ball, drops in there. And it's 2-2.
And that's the one thing so far in the game where we've seen Irvin make adjustments during the course of the game. It's been kind of flat with the slider, but he certainly can go back with that pitch quickly.
Fastball line to left. Is it going to hang up for Vernon? He is going to make the basket check. Nope, he's not. It's a short hop. Little hesitation there. That stutter step allows Torrealba to reach on the 2-out base hit.
Baseball hit right at you as an outfielder, caught in between trying to commit on the baseball and committing the sliding for it, or laying back and feeling that short hop.
Brings up Andy Chavez. With 2 outs at Torrealba at first. Takes a strike. Chavez hit a fly ball to left field to end the second inning. So he's 0 for 1. A lot of movement by Andy Chavez in the batter's box. He's a guy that if he gets a pitch on the inside part of the plate, has the ability to hit the ball out of the ballpark. 5 home runs this year.
Yeah, I think he's the one guy you can pitch away often. Fastballs, breaking pitches, to try to catch the outside corner. He is pretty quick on anything inside.
Native of Venezuela, 33 years of age. Was in the Rangers system last year. Pulls this one foul. Snowballs 2 strikes.
You can see how that front hip opens up. He wants something on the inner half. Now it might change around now with 2 strikes in more of a protect mode. I always thought when I faced a left-handed batter that had that type of swing, if you can stay away with your fastball, preferably around knee level to the outside corner, they're going to roll over a lot on those ground balls.
0-2 pitch. This one out toward right field. Torrey's coming on, and he will make the catch. Absolutely for the 3rd out. Torrey at the last minute reaching out for it and making sure it didn't hit the ground. We hit to the bottom of the 4th. The Angels up 2-0. AT&T by your Southern California Toyota dealers and by Jack in the Box. Come try the new Jumbo Breakfast Platter for just $2.99 plus tax at participating restaurants. Halos up 2-0. Gorgeous shot. How about that? You like that?
Yes.
Did it make you a little nervous?
No. I'm right where I'm at right now.
No heart palpitations
no.
from that distance?
Nope.
No.
I'm all good.
Mark Trumbo to lead things off here in the 4th inning. The Halos getting their 2 runs in the 1st. The 2nd run coming off the bat of Mark Trumbo with an RBI double. 23rd double of the year. 66th run batted in. Wilson's first pitch is a breaking ball that is in for a strike. Wilson started Trumbo with an off-speed pitch in his first at-bat and then tried to go away with that fastball, and Trumbo hammered it off the fence in right center field. Close to being a home run. He pulls this one foul. It's 0-2.
Yeah, I was thinking in the process he might come inside. That was a cut fastball inside. Mark hit that ball so well the other way against him. A lot of times pitchers will stay away from that theory of going away against him. They're going to try to pound inside. Try to slide her down and in now.
Trumbo, Wells, and Callaspo here in the fourth for the Angels. See Torrealba telling him to slow things down. Trumbo jam rolls it foul off his body. The count remains at 1-2.
Well, now you think he might try to go sinker away after a fastball in, the pitch before slider in, another cut fastball in.
Down low.
Torrealba wanted the fastball away, shook it off, fastball in, it was slider in the dirt.
Off the plate, full count.
Good at bat. 90 count 0-2 now, fall to a full count.
Vernon Wells on deck. Alberto Callaspo to follow. Ibar if you get that far. 5, 6, and 7. 3-2. Chopped foul. Dino Ebel with the fundamentally sound catch down the third base line.
No problem.
And still very wise to be standing over by the Chevy Sweet Seats.
Yes. With Trumbo up,
Yeah.
good idea.
Wants no part of Mark Trumbo's liners down the line. Foul at the plate, just got a piece of Torrealba. There's Dino down there, the left field corner. So it appears. I'm glad
He's
they
a
don't.
smart man.
Seriously, I'm glad they don't force guys to stand in those batters boxes or coaches boxes now.
Imagine being standing there when Dave Winfield was at the plate.
Didn't they? There was a rule.
Yes.
Didn't they come down that they were enforcing the fact you had to have at least 1 foot in the coach's box? Another 3-2. This one popped behind the plate. Torrealba coming back near the screen, runs out of room. So we're still full at 3-2. I think that may have all changed with the death of Mike Coolbaugh in the minor leagues, and then the institution with the helmets for the coaches.
And even Alfredo's beyond the first base coach's box, and it's a wise decision. This is there for a fact. No, you got to be able to protect those coaches.
Wilson picks up his third strikeout of the game. Trumbo goes down swinging. Brings up Vernon Wells. Let's take a look at our AT&T trivia question. We're talking about pinch hit home runs. Branyan has 2 of them this year. Who are the only 3 Angels ever with 3 or more in a season? Jack Cal, Joe Adcock, and smooth George Hendrick.
Oh, Cactus Jack. I'll never forget the home run he hit at the old Yankee Stadium when he broke his bat in half and still hit it out of the ballpark in right field. He didn't miss fastballs too often.
No. Good guy.
Good competitor, too. Good third baseman.
Remember when I had my first broadcasting gig in 03 with the Diamondbacks? He was in their minor league system at that time. Great talking hitting with him.
He could swing hard. You better be able to throw an all-speed pitch to him or it's going to be hit on the line.
He had Popeye forearms, too.
Yes, he did.
He probably still does.
Like I said, when you break your bat in half and hit it out of the ballpark, you know you're strong.
0-1 pitch. Wells takes that one upstairs. One ball, one strike. Vernon hit a fly ball to left field to end the first innings. He's 0 for 1. Pulls this one foul. 1-2 now. Wilson at 63 pitches here in the fourth inning. Had a long at bat against Trumbo. Ended up being a 10-pitch at bat. Vernon fouls this one off. The count remains at 1-2. No runs, 4 hits, 1 error, 6 left on for Texas. The Halos with 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. Breaking pitch, just got a piece of it. Vernon strikes out swinging. Back-to-back strikeouts for Wilson. 2 outs. Brings up Alberto Callaspo. The Angels did make a move before the game today. Trevor Bell was sent back down to AAA Salt Lake. A nice job by him. The Angels purchased the contract of former Giants first-round pick Jerome Williams. He is in the bullpen for now. There is a possibility, a rumored possibility, that he could be starting Sunday against Baltimore. That would be Tyler Chatwood's spot in the rotation.
Yeah, listen to Mike Scioscia today talking to the media about that possibility, talking about the need for Tyler Chatwood to have a good bullpen session.
1 ball, 1 strike on Callaspo.
He's not real happy with the way the baseball's coming out of his hand, in particular spotting the fastball. So there's some decisions to make as far as who's going to get that start.
Usually if the ball's coming out of your hand poorly, the control's not going to be there. So pretty much anybody who's got poor control, ball not quite coming out of their hand the way one would like.
I've been there before. He's known to walk a few guys here and there.
Callaspo fouls it off to the right, still at 1-2.
But just 2 starts ago against the Yankees, he threw the ball well in Yankee Stadium.
Gave up 2 runs in that start. There was another move too, because Williams needed to be added to the 40-man roster. And to clear a spot, Reggie Willits was designated for assignment as Callaspo lost one in the air toward right center field. C.J. Wilson retires. The Angels in order for the 2nd time tonight. 4 in the books. Irvin and the Angels leading it 2-0. That may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Angels. Top of the 5th inning, 2-0 Angels. Ian Kinsler to lead things off for Texas. Top of the order. Takes a breaking ball inside. Casey, will you marry me? That is a large sign. Kinsler hits one out to deep left field. Vernon Wells is going back at the wall. Will make the catch. 1 out.
Well, you could feel
away with that one.
you could feel he was going to make the play though. Vernon, the way he was going back on that baseball, was tracking it. Wondering when he was going to get to the warning track to be able to jump up and make that play. But yes, that was a hanging breaking ball. The pitch on the inner half that Kinsler hit so well, just missed that one. But Vernon picked him up, making the play.
Hey, just to clarify, I was not asking Casey to marry me. I was just reading the sign.
Just reading the sign.
Yeah. Andrews takes a strike. Andrews has been on base twice via the walk. The only 2 walks that Santana has issued. Irvin also with just one strikeout, and that was of Michael Young in the first.
Now that was a nasty breaking ball.
Spanning the strike zone. 1-2 now.
Worth the shot after a breaking pitch. He swung at the pitch before.
Bouncer toward the hole. Ibar has it. Sails it over the head of Trumbull off the top of the dugout, and it stays in play. Now it doesn't. Just kind of surprised that Mark just let that ball go unless they were going to rule it ball out of play, because it hit the facade of the dugout. But that's a ball you got to cover up and keep Andrews at first base. I guess it goes just to the ground rules.
Boy, just tried to plant his foot and didn't get through on the throw. It's been a tough night so far for Eric Ibar at that shortstop position. And it was so accustomed to seeing play after play after play.
8th error of the season for Ibar, man in scoring position with 1 out. Here's Josh Hamilton. I don't know if there's any residual effect, but I'm wondering, there was a ball that was sharply hit to Ibar last night that kind of ate him up a little bit and may have gotten him on the right hand. Ended up going as a base hit. I think Andrews actually is the guy that hit that ball, and you wonder if there is some sort of residual effect tonight, because we're seeing things from Eric Ibar that we certainly have not seen all season long.
He was flexing his hand last night when that ball was hit at him. But Ibar is some kind of tough.
Fastball missing outside. 1 ball, no strikes. It's that ground ball we were talking about. Kind of got him off that right hand. Ended up going as a hit for Andrews. Hamilton bouncing one into center field, and that's going to put the Rangers on the board. So the arrow comes back to haunt. It's 2-1 Angels. Hamilton picking up his second hit, the 68th run batted in. Michael Young stepping to the plate. He's the third baseman. Young 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a base hit. It was the infield base hit that Ibar fielded and he could not get out of his glove. Young takes a fastball for a strike.
Great spot on that fastball.
Where they're saying that that ball that Elvis Andrews hit was a hit and an error, which is an absolute joke if that's the truth. That's a straight error all the way. A routine bouncer to short. Young held up. Did he go? He did, says Lance Barksdale. 1-2. As it stands now, 2 hits in the inning, but that's just a routine ground ball to short. Throws on the bag. Andrews is out easily.
Yeah, that's not a hit.
Liner toward short, and that's past Ibar into center field. Hamilton stops at second base.
And that breaking ball spun in the middle of the plate, and Michael Young was able to hit that ball up the middle just by Eric Ibar, shortstop.
Number 17, right fielder Nelson Cruz.
See Bobby setting up away, but it got a lot of the plate. More spinning action on that slider than snap.
Mike Butcher, quick visit to the mound. Texas with a run here on 3 alleged hits, 1 error. They've got 2 men on, still 1 out here in the 5th, and Nelson Cruz at the plate. Cruz with a fly ball to right and a ground ball to short. He's 0 for 2. Swinging first pitch slider. It's no balls and 1 strike.
Well, like we said so often, no matter how well you're thrown on the mound, there's always a big point of the game in which you have to make some quality pitches to preserve a lead, and this is certainly one of those innings for Irvin Santana.
0-1 pitch, down low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mentioned in the previous at-bat for Nelson Cruz, he was part of the Kevin Mench deal, but that deal included some other big players. Carlos Lee went from Milwaukee to Texas as well. Cruz was a minor league player at the time. Chops this one, fouled on the third base shot. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Francisco Cordero, who's now closing for Cincinnati, was also part of that deal, going to Milwaukee. Lee finished the season, then he was off to Houston. Cruz is the one guy that stuck around and really made an impact for Texas.
Yeah, I thought there was a few more people involved in that deal.
Lance Nix, another guy, an outfielder, was also traded from Texas to Milwaukee. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Down goes Cruz. 2 outs. Good time for that 2nd strikeout of the night.
Well, that slider certainly had some bite on it. And at 86 miles an hour, too, on the slider. Made sure he got on top of that pitch. That certainly was something that Mike Butcher wanted to go out and emphasize with Irvin. Get on top of that slider once again and snap that pitch and work off the outside corner with it.
Hamilton still at second, Young at first. Here's Mike Napoli, who's doubled and hit a fly ball to deep right center field. 1 for 2 night. The Angels with 2 runs in the bottom of the 1st inning. Texas with a run so far here in the 5th. Big throwing error by Eric Ibar coming back to haunt the Angels. Hamilton brought Andrews home with a base hit as Napoli takes a fastball for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And Napoli trying to tap into his memory with Irvin. Caught him a number of times. What Irvin's tendencies are on the hill.
Ground ball to third. Callaspo bobbles it, picks it up, fires to first, and Napoli's retired to end the inning. Texas gets on the board with a run on 3 hits, 1 error. They leave 2 on. We hit to the bottom of the 5th. The Angels on top 2-1. have struggled to score runs over the last 4 or 5 games. The Angels do have a lead, sweetheart. They're trying to get some more against C.J. Wilson.
But she wants more runs. That's what she's saying. 2 was great in the first, but they have a few more scored.
That little one needs some cotton candy.
Oh, no doubt.
Here in the bottom of the 5th inning, a 2-1 Angels lead. Ibar, Wilson, and Asturis 8, 9, and 1. Ibar 0 for 1, hit a fly ball to left field in the 2nd inning. Wilson with 4 strikeouts. Gets Ibar to chase the breaking ball. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Eric's still chasing that pitch. And it's obviously been getting around baseball. Fan scouts saying that Eric Ibar will chase pitches down and in.
Took something off there, and it's 1-2. No walks for Wilson. 4 hits allowed.
Breaking ball once again.
Rolled over to third. Michael Young has it. 1 out. Introducing Fox Sports Game Connect, the ultimate online experience for fans where you can log on and take part in the most interactive forum during Angels games. You get stats, trends, exclusive analysis, and live Twitter feeds. Plus, you can even share your thoughts with us, the game broadcast. Fox Sports Game Connect now available on foxsportswest.com. Did you sign up for Twitter yet?
Almost.
I think Gooby's ghost is going to be gone. It hasn't already been picked up already.
I'm just figuring it out.
The computer or Twitter?
Both.
Wilson loops one out to shallow center field. Andy Chavez coming on, and he will make the running catch. 2 outs. Bobby now 0 for 2. C.J. Wilson has retired the last 6 in a row since giving up the base hit to Howie Kendrick in the 3rd.
Chavez plays a pretty deep center field. We're used to the outfielders for Texas playing a shallow outfield. No Hamilton will, but be able to cover a lot of ground. See, some center fielders are more comfortable coming in on the ball. Some are more comfortable going back on the ball.
Breaking ball drops in for a strike. Asturis 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a base hit. Bounced foul on the third base side, 1-2. Asturis grounding one to second base. Ian Kinsler has it. The Angels for the 2nd straight inning and 3rd time tonight go down in order. 5 complete here at the Big A. The Halos on top 2-1.
The Coors Light freeze cam. Mark Trumbo made so far the play of the ballgame, the decision to come home. Strong throw to Bob Wilson, who was in position to block Mike Napoli. He tries to get to the plate, unable to do so, prevents the run from scoring, and holds on to the baseball. That was a Coors Light freeze cam brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light.
Texas setting up the bottom third of their order here in the 6th inning. Moreland, Torrealba, Chavez against Irvin Santana, who has a couple of strikeouts. 2 walks. Breaking ball a little bit high. 1-0 to Moreland, the first baseman, who's grounded out twice to Howie Kendrick. Fastball sailing up and away, so Irvin falls behind here at 2-0. 79 pitches for the right-hander, 49 strikes. Moreland hits one high and deep toward right center field. That is going to be gone. This game is tied at 2 as Moreland picks up his 14th home run of the season.
Fell behind in the count. Mitch Moreland. It's a high fastball and hits it out to right center field. Got good arm extension on that fastball up. No doubt about that ball is going to carry and get into the stands to tie this game up.
20th home run allowed by Santana this year. It'd been a nice stretch for him. Giving up the long ball as that breaking pitch is inside. Went 6 consecutive games without giving one up before giving up one in each of the last 2 starts, both in the 9th inning, and then not giving one up tonight. Torrealba fouls it off. Fastball starting to sail a little bit up on Santana. Pulling off of it just a bit.
And getting underneath some sliders also. There's going to be stretches for a pitcher, even as good as Irvin has gone for his last 5 starts. Going to make some mistakes, but you hope that most of the times they'll stay in the ballpark.
Torrealba 1 for 2 tonight. Had a base hit his last time up. As a 2-1 count. And Bobby Wilson's going to go out and talk things over here. Command a major issue here to start the 6th inning. Hey, the Halos take on the Orioles this weekend on Sunday at 12:35. All kids will receive a Vernon Wells messenger bag courtesy of OC Parks while supplies last. To purchase your tickets today, visit the Angels Stadium ticket office or log on to angels.com. (3-1). Torrealba pops it up. Shallow right. Kendrick going out. Hunter coming in. Tour with the call. Makes the catch. 1 out. Andy Chavez strolling to the plate. 9th place hitter and center fielder for Texas. Twice has hit a fly ball out. Once to left, 1 to right. He's 0 for 2. The home run by Moreland, the 144th hit by Texas this year. There's a fastball for a strike. Broken bat looper out to shallow right field. Torrey played on a bounce. And Chavez with a 1-out base hit spins the lineup back to the top with Kinsler now coming up. One thing that Texas has done against Santana tonight that the Angels have not done against C.J. Wilson, with the only exception being the first inning, is make them work. They can throw pitches, get them to expand the strike zone if you can. It hasn't been an easy inning for Irvin so far. He had retired the first or the 4th inning before giving up a base hit to Torrealba, and then got Chavez to make the last down of the fourth. But other than that,
he's had a battle.
Work, yeah. Kinsler tonight 0 for 3, a fly to center, ground ball to third, and a fly to left.
And of course, now if you're Irvin Santana, you got to be aware of Andy Chavez at first base. 6 stolen bases on the season.
Low throw, dug out by Trumbo. Chavez takes off. The pitch is low. The throw down from Wilson is
interference.
time.
Interference, too.
They are calling interference on Ian Kinsler. Having the conversation with Field and Colbreth.
Well, he went to bunt. More of a distraction to be able to prevent that, and stands over the plate. As a catcher, all you want to do is make sure you bump the batter. And on the follow-through, Bobby was able to make contact with Kinsler as he's standing on the plate.
Still threw him out. 1-1 count on Kinsler. Adrian Johnson rung up Chavez at second base. Just a little bit foul down the left field side. 1-2.
Just a little bit.
Well, you buy a ticket in that section, you have no hope of getting a foul ball unless someone from the right side just yanks it that way. We've seen a couple in this series. The 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball. Popped up. Behind the plate. Bobby Wilson coming back near the screen. Makes the play. That will end the inning. Leadoff home run by Mitch Moreland, however, ties things up as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. We're knotted up at 2. Gardens Casino. Get your game on by El Pollo Loco. Try one of 4 new delicious flame grilled chicken burritos. For a limited time, they're only $5 each. El Pollo Loco. Feel the excellence. And by Time Warner Cable. Tied at 2 here at the bottom of the 6th inning. The Angels sending up 2, 3, and 4. Borges, Kendrick, and Hunter against C.J. Wilson. Wilson's retired the last 7 in a row since the base hit by Howie Kendrick in the 3rd inning. Borges is 1 for 2. Triple with a run scored in the 1st inning. Struck out looking in the 3rd.
Threw him a lot of breaking pitches the 2nd at bat, including the one to get the strikeout called on a breaking pitch that caught the inside corner.
Borges trying to bunt. Deadens it in front of the plate. Too much, though, and that allows Torrealba to throw him out. For out number 1. Not a bad idea, but Got it off the end of the bat. The ball didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, a little further out, it gets into the grass. That's going to be an infield hit for Borges. Picked a good pitch to bunt. The baseball checked up in the dirt area.
Here's Howie Kendrick with one out. 1 for 2 night. Ground ball with an RBI in the first inning, a single, and was stranded in the third. Howie picking up his 37th run batted in. 2 balls and no strikes. Three and 0. Torrey on deck. Trumbo to follow if we get that far. Three and 1. 86th pitch thrown by Wilson. 61 for strikes. He's been around the zone all night long. Cut fastball down and in. And a full count. Payoff pitch on its way. Now he strikes out swinging. So from 3-0 to a punch out, 2 outs. Fifth strikeout tonight for Wilson.
You know you're comfortable with that slider when you go 3-2 with being able to get the hitter to swing at that pitch out of the strike zone.
Torrey's 0 for 2. Reached on an error in the first inning and scored, and he's popped out. Takes a strike on the outside corner. The 7th, Irvin Santana to face 2, 3, and 4 for Texas. Andrews, Hamilton, and Young. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bouncer toward the middle. Andrews to his left, can't get it. That'll go as a base hit for Torrey Hunter in a 15-game hitting streak. A 2-out base hit. See if Mark Trumbo can do something with it.
Let's think of that Trumbo. A 2-out base hit by Torrey Hunter. He gets a breaking pitch. He tried to go the outside corner on the breaking ball. Gets by Andrews in the outfield for a base hit.
That ball had some giddy up going up the middle, especially hitting off that dirt area in front of home plate that seems still watered down.
It looked like because it was off the end of the bat like that it would slow down, but it did get quickly through the infield.
Here's Trumbo, a double and a strikeout. Had a 10-pitch at bat that resulted in the punch out leading off the 4th. With throw back over to first base. Torrey's back in there. That base hit by Hunter, the 5th for the Angels tonight. Texas has 9. One ball, no strikes. Although I got a feeling that ball that Andrews hit, the Ibar field and threw away, that was credited as a base hit to Elvis Andrews, will more than likely get changed to a 2-base error. That was back in the 5th inning. Resulted in the first run for the Rangers. Moreland tied things up, leading off the 6th with a home run. Pulled foul. Making sure the guys in the dugout are paying attention. 1 ball, 1 strike.
The breaking ball down and in again. Now going to come inside with the fastball.
Missed in off the plate. It's 2-1.
A lot of times we'll come right back in with a slider down and in after the fastball thrown on the inside corner or just off it.
Hunter over at first base with 2 outs. Throw over there. The courtesy throw. Wilson not the best pickoff move.
Well, his best pickoff is that quick step off the pitching rubber and throw over. He threw the Torrey the first time over. That's his A move.
Two 1 pitch. Trumbo fouls it back. It's 2-2.
One of the more cut fastballs than normal. C.J. Wilson has that sweeping breaking pitch. Shook off the fastball away, fastball in, curveball, but then came with a cut fastball. The throw with the first base once again.
Two balls, 2 strikes on Trumbo with 2 outs here in the 6th inning. The Halos with 2 in the first. Texas with solo run to the 5th and 6th. Trumbo chasing a high fastball up and out of the strike zone. That's the pitch that got him in the 4th inning, although this one was a little bit more in.
That's a sign for a cut fastball. Trying to see that miles per hour around 87, 88. He's throwing the cut fastball. He shook off again. A curveball, fastball away to a slider down. He shook it off and with a cut fastball.
.96 pitches thrown by C.J. Wilson. Torrealba setting up outside. Throw to first.
Thinking that's on his own. I don't think Ron Washington's putting that pickoff on the first base, especially with a guy of the power that Mark Trumbo has. If you're distracted, you might make a mistake.
2-2. Swing and a miss. Trumbo goes down, chasing the breaking pitch. 2 strikeouts for Wilson. We've played 6. Still tied at 2. We're here against Irvin Santana, Elvis Andrews, Josh Hamilton, and Michael Young. Andrews tonight has reached all 3 times. 2 walks and a base hit as this one's bounced foul. Questionable hit in that 5th inning. That's why he's 1 for 1. Scored the first run for the Rangers. Lifts this one in the air on the right side. Trumbo is out there. Makes the catch, and there's out number 1. Hey, tomorrow the Angels finish up this 4-game series against Texas. All fans in attendance will receive a gnome bobblehead courtesy of Kaiser Permanente while supplies last. To purchase your tickets, visit the Angel Stadium ticket office or log on to angels.com. There's Josh Hamilton with 1 out, nobody on. Hamilton has been on board 3 times tonight as well. A couple of singles, a fielder's choice. He's also picked up an RBI and stolen a base, his 7th of the year. And he's 2 balls and no strikes. Irvin's thrown 95 pitches so far. 59 have been strikes. 2 punch outs, 2 walks. That breaking pitch missing, down and away. Full count, or pardon me, a 3-0 count. Wishful thinking on my part.
Well, Hamilton definitely has the green light here. And be careful where you throw this fastball.
He says what?
Says, all right, I'll take it.
Yeah, here you go. Hit this queso. 3-1. Hamilton pulls it to the right side. Howie Kendrick bobbles it for a second, throws to first and throws it wildly. A routine out. Kendrick clanks it off his glove, and Hamilton will reach. For the Angels defense, this series just has not played well at all. Uncharacteristically, second error of the game.
When you think of the advantages when these 2 clubs play each other, you think of pitching at that point, and still at this point, the Angels with the best ERA in the American League, and the defense, a huge difference as far as fielding percentage, but it's been a struggle defensively in this series, though.
5th error for Howie this year. So Young bats with a man on. And 1 out.
It's good to see Bobby Wilson in position to be able to make sure that Hamilton wasn't going to be able to get the second base on that throw. Good backup job by Bobby Wilson.
Just shows you the speed that Hamilton has here. The fact that if Howie comes up with that ball, he's in cruise control down the line. The minute that ball popped out of Howie's glove, Hamilton dropped it into another speed, and thus forcing Howie to have to hurry the throw and basically having no play. Even if that ball's on the bag, more than likely Hamilton's got himself on base. Young grounding 1-2 short. Ibarg to Kendrick for 1. Relay to first in time. Inning-ending double play. No problems there. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Still tied at 2. 6 seasons as a Halo. The 5-time Gold Glover was known as the man that made center field look easy.
Well, I don't know how easy it was, but I just played it the only way I knew how.
Gary Pettis was a human highlight film. If the ball was in the air, he had a chance of catching it.
Some guys are blessed with strong throwing arms. I was blessed with speed.
Gary Pettis, first base coach for the Texas Rangers. Honorary first pitch thrower Monday night. Threw a strike. He
Probably threw it and caught it himself.
Yeah.
He's so fast.
He could cover some ground. For the Angels have had some guys here at center field, haven't they? Unbelievable. Here in the bottom of the 7th inning, tied at 2. Vernon Wells, Alberto Callaspo, and Eric Ibar to face C.J. Wilson. He's thrown 97 pitches. He has struck out 6, walked nobody, so he's been around the plate. Wells 0 for 2. Fly ball to left and a strikeout. Off speed pitch is outside. 1 ball, no strikes. This one out towards center. Chavez is there. 1 out. Vernon 0 for 3. The Angels have not had a man in scoring position since the first.
We've said that a lot. When the Angels score in the first inning, that thought process of keep adding on. But it hasn't been the case.
Well, the way the offense is played for the most part of the season is the fact that you have one small window of opportunity to capitalize as much as possible. There's going to be that 1 inning, so it seems, where the Angels can score multiple runs. It's not to say they can't score single runs or haven't done so this year, but being able to tack on multiple runs on multiple occasions hasn't happened a whole lot this year as Callaspo grounds out for out number 2.
Now, Marco Young was playing right down the line on that one. Cut fastball inside, he's able to turn on it. But you're right about that, Victor. The opportunity to get a guy early. It looked like they had a chance against CJ here in the first couple innings. They scored 2 in the first. You're still not quite settled in on the mound. And then all of a sudden, when he gets back into a groove, he becomes that much more difficult to hit.
Ibar shows bunt, takes the fastball up and away. Eric is 0 for 2, a fly ball to left and a ground ball to third. The Angels tonight have had their leadoff man reach once. That was when Meiser Sturis led off the 3rd inning with a base hit. Then what we believe to be a botched hit run. Sturis was thrown out, caught stealing. Borges struck out for out number 2. Kendrick got a 2-out base hit. And then Torrey popped out to end the inning. Three balls and no strikes with Bobby Wilson on deck.
You got to think if you're Eric Ibar, you're taking a pitch or 2. Get on base and then put some pressure on the defense with that speed.
Three and 1. Full count now as Ibar bounces that one foul. Top of the 8th inning. Texas will have Nelson Cruz, Mike Napoli, and Mitch Moreland to face Irvin Santana. The 3-2. Outside, he walked him. A 2-out free pass issued by Wilson, the first walk of the night. And now you really have to figure that Ibar is going to be looking to take off at some point early in this at bat against Wilson.
I just think you have to.
Mike Maddox out to pay a visit with C.J. Wilson, who's thrown 107 pitches, has been in complete control of this game. Koji Uehara is up and loosening now. Bobby Wilson is 0 for 2. Ground ball to short and a fly ball to center. Figure several throws over to first to make sure Ibar stays close to the bag. There's the first one. Ibar 25 stolen bases on the year. He's been caught 4 times. No balls and a strike.
You might see Ron Washington put a pitch out on now with C.J. Wilson that is ahead of the count. Pretty consistent throwing strikes tonight.
Count even at 1-1. Ibar has had himself a couple of good leads at first base. Uehara is ready to go in the bullpen if Ron Washington deems it necessary. Wilson pops it up. Ian Kinsler's out. The inning comes to an end. 2-out walk is stranded on the bases. 7 complete, still tied at 2.
Boy, the Angels had 2 runs in the first inning, the first lead of the series. Irvin Santana's throwing the ball exceptionally well. It may not only be 1 earned run before too long, and Torrey Hunter extends his hit streak to 15 games. Irvin back on the mound once again here in the 8th inning.
He's thrown 100 pitches so far. Nelson Cruz leading things off. Takes a fastball up and in. Scott Downs loosening now for the Angels. Cruz 0 for 3. A fly ball out, a ground out, and a strikeout as that pitch is just off the plate. 2-0. Irvin with 2 strikeouts, 2 walks, 9 hits allowed. Falls behind here at 3-0. Cruz followed by Napoli and then Moreland. Three balls and 1 strike. Only other game that's still going on, Toronto in Seattle, 5-1 Blue Jays in the 7th. That is down low on a leadoff walk. Third issued by Irvin. Now he faces Napoli with a man on.
Looked like a pretty good pitch, and it did catch the bottom part of the strike zone.
Napoli with a double, a fly to right center field, and a ground ball to third. 1 for 3 tonight. Serving as a DH after catching the first 2 games of the series. Irvin again falling behind at 1 ball, no strikes. Six pitches thrown here in the 7th. 5 have been out of the strike zone. Or in the 8th, pardon me.
Nelson Cruz will run 9 stolen bases in 13 attempts. They're not running as much this year. Leg problems.
A little backup breaking pitch, and that's not what you want to be doing with Mike Napoli at the plate.
Well, you can see that look of frustration on Napoli's face that he didn't make a pass at that pitch.
Cruz back. Downs ready to go. You've got Moreland on deck, a left-handed batter. Torrialbo righty, then Chavez after that. The 1-1 pitch. Napoli fouls it back. 1-2.
I like that look on Irvin Santana's eyes right there. He wants to compete. He may not have his best stuff going throughout this entire game, but he's made some quality pitches when he had to so far. He wants to be in this situation. He wants to give the team an opportunity to win this ball game tonight. You can see it in that eyes right there.
There's the 1-2 upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Napoli came in hitting .292, 19 home runs, 49 runs batted in. This one out toward left center field. Nobody's going to get this one. It's going to get down for extra bases. Napoli will be on board with a double. And the Rangers have runners at second and third with nobody out here in the 8th inning. The outfield shading Napoli the opposite way there.
And now it's time for a Coors Light Cold Hard Blast. Mitch Moreland got a 2-0 fastball up in the strike zone and back in the 6th inning, hits it out the right center field. His 14th home run of the season. Point tied the game up for the Rangers at 2.
Intentional walk. Load them up. Take your chances with Torrialbo. So Moreland will head to first. Cruz standing at third. He had the leadoff walk to start this 8th inning.
Number 8, catcher Torrialbo.
Napoli with a double, and now the intentional walk. Infield in. Torrialbo tonight 1 for 3. Had a base hit in the 4th inning. Check swing. He went around, actually foul tipped it. And it's no balls and 1 strike. Deal 1 pitch. Swing and a miss. It is 0-2. Oh-2 on its way from Santana. It's a breaking pitch. Boy, what a block by Bobby Wilson. That ball bouncing out in front of the plate.
When you talk about giving up your body to make sure that baseball doesn't get by you, that ball almost, it got him right underneath the chin area of his mask. But he got his body in perfect position to keep that ball from going right or left.
One-two. Breaking ball. Did not go. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
A 2-2 count. You still have options. Still think Irma's going to go with a breaking pitch here.
And now the 2-2. Fastball up and in. Did not go. And a full count. Looks like Jerome Williams has joined Scott Downs loosening in the bullpen for the Angels. Andy Chavez is the man on deck. Payoff pitch. Breaking ball. Got him looking down goes Torrealba. 1 out.
What a gutsy pitch. 3-2. Bases loaded. No outs. You drop the slider. Middle part of the plate to get the punch out. What about splitting that plate also? The old get over slider. You have to enable the hitter to think it's going to be a strike, and he takes it thinking it may be a ball. Irvin, great pitch there.
Andy Chavez at the plate. Base is still loaded. Chavez 1 for 3. Had a base at his last time up. Late on the fastball, and it's no balls and a strike. Oh, 1 pitch. Chavez fouls it back. No balls, 2 strikes. Cruz at third, Napoli at second, Moreland over in first. The 0-2. Fastball. Oh,
great spot.
Froze everybody, including Field and Colbert behind the plate. It's 1-2.
But still, it's a good pitch. Even though it's just off the plate, it gives the hitter something else to think about now. Because will he go back out with a fastball? Will he throw me a breaking ball? Or will he try to sneak a fastball inside against me?
Breaking ball. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did, says Ted Barrett. Down goes Chavez. 2 outs.
And exactly why that pitch before was so important, just off the plate. It planted a seed of doubt in the mind of Andy Chavez what he was going to go with. And Urban snaps off another slider, gets a big strikeout. No question, cross the plate. And a nice job by Bobby Wilson. Gives the pitcher the confidence that he can block a pitch in the dirt.
Still work to be done as Kinsler steps to the plate with the bases loaded. 2 outs now. Kinsler 0 for 4. 2 fly ball outs, 3 fly ball outs and 1 ground out. First pitch fastball up and away. 1 ball, no strikes.
Well, this is the guy you really have to gather your thoughts again if you're on the hill. You got 2 big outs. Can't have a letdown.
Kinsler's had good career numbers against Irvin Santana. The 1-0. Fastball strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Outfield at normal depth all the way around and straight up against Kinsler. 1-1 pitch. This one foul back. A ball and 2 strikes. Up and in, 2-2 now. Irvin with a couple of walks in the inning. Leadoff walk to Cruz, the double to Napoli, the intentional walk to Moreland. Struck out Torrealba looking, got Chavez swinging. Here comes the 2-2. This one looped out to shallow left field. Nobody's going to get this one. 2 runs are in, and Texas leads it by the score of 4-2. Kinsler reaching out and flipping that one out to left, and that's going to be it for Irvin Santana. He will depart here with 2 men on base and trailing this game. As Kinsler picks up his first hit and his 55th and 56th runs batted in, he'll get a nice round of applause. A nice effort by Irvin Santana. And he departs trailing this one. As Scott Downs will be called upon here to face Elvis Andrews, and the Angels down 4-2. Thousand ATMs nationwide and more on the way. Take a step forward and chase what matters. By Chrysler. Visit us at Chrysler.com or see your local dealer today. And by Shakey's, where you can get your PCM on. Text Mojo to 99000 to win a large PCM. Texas on top 4-2 with 2 outs here in the 8th inning. They've got runners at first and second. Scott Downs on in relief of Irvin Santana, who battled his tail off but departs trailing this game. Elvis Andrews looks at a fastball outside for ball 1. Our in and out, who's in, who's out. Scott Downs comes in pitching in his 45th game, a 6-2 record, 1.36 ERA.
That was some kind of effort for Irvin Santana. I mean, that was a pretty good pitch, too. The Kinsler flared into the outfield. You have to back-to-back punch-outs.
Ground ball to short. Ibar throws to second base. They force out Kinsler. But Texas takes the lead. They get 2 runs with 2 outs. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. See what the Angels offense can do. Down 4-2.
base hit by Indy Kinsler flares into the outfield for the 2-run lead. Stick around for after the game. Angels Live under the halo, recapping that magical 2002 season, the world champion season for the Halos. A lot of things happened in that World Series, coming back in Game 6, of course, winning Game 7. Magical moment for the Halos 2002.
Well, as you pointed out, Koji Uehara is into the ballgame for Texas. He'll be facing the top of the order, C.J. Wilson, the starter. Went 7 innings. Wilson struck out 6, walked 1, allowed 2 runs, 1 earned. And the Angels got just 5 hits against him.
And Uehara is a guy with that great command of his fastball, not overpowering. 86 to 90, also has a pretty good slider. Mixes in a changeup and a split finger fastball.
Steris, Borges, and Kendrick. Meiser takes a strike. Uehara pitched in Game 1 on Monday. 1 inning and 2/3, struck out 2. Allowed no hits. Off-speed pitch, caught the inside corner, and it's no balls, 2 strikes. Picked up in a trade with the Baltimore Orioles in exchange for Chris Davis and Tommy Hunter. Steris hits one out to right, playable for Cruz. 1 out. Fans groups of 25 or more can enjoy exciting Angels baseball for as low as $6 per seat. Make your plans to be part of the 50th anniversary celebration and book your group outing today by calling 888-796-HALO or by visiting angels.com/groups. Steris 1 for 4 now on the night. There's Peter Borges, who's 1 for 3. A triple and a run scored. That was in the first inning. But since that first inning, the Angels offense dormant. Have not had a man reach scoring position. And as we have pointed out a number of times this year, extremely difficult to continue to ask a starting pitcher to go out there and throw goose eggs on the board game after game, inning after inning, without getting the support necessary on the offensive side.
And that's the importance. After you get those couple runs in the first inning, you keep adding on. Whether it's even 1 run the following inning or so, just keep adding on.
Borges shoots one into the alley in right center field. Chowder's got a good jump on it, makes the catch for out number 2. Well struck by Peter. So 2 outs and nobody on for Howie Kendrick. Halos in jeopardy now of falling 7 games back in the American League West. With 1 to play here. 6 after tomorrow night's game. 3 next weekend in Texas. And then the last 3 games of the regular season here at the Big A. Now he gets jammed, fouls it off to the right. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the 1-1. Down low, 2 balls and 1 strike. They did change that Elvis Andrus hit and error in the 5th inning on Irvin Santana to a 2-base error, so that should knock off an earned run for Santana. Howie drives one out toward deep left center field. Hamilton getting this one to chase. For Howie Kendrick. A 2-out home run here in the 8th, and it's a 1-run deficit with Texas leading it 4-3.
Going to simplify the approach at the plate. Didn't try to do too much with it. Try to get out of the ballpark. Instead, squared up the baseball, and then the ball carries out of the yard to left center field. Big part of the ballpark also. Fastball, dropped the head of the bat. Boy, he kept his head still and his eyes right on that baseball all the way through his swing.
Howie Torrey hitting his 9th home run of the year, his 37th run batted in. And that'll bring up Torrey Hunter, who's 1 for 3, extending his hitting streak to 15 games with a 6th inning base hit. First home run for Howie since June 24th. Torrey fouling now and back off the mask of Field and Colbrook, and it's no balls and a strike.
Hard, those allowed 9 home runs. He's got a great ERA, but he is susceptible to the long ball.
Oh, 1 pitch. Torrey fouls this one back. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. Oh, 2 pitch. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball. Down goes Torrey. That will end the inning, but Howie Kendrick makes it a 1-run deficit with his 9th home run of the year. 8th complete here at the Big A. Texas on top 4-3. Tonight, we go back to the 8th inning with the bases loaded, 2 outs and a 2-2 count. Over at St. Anna trying to strike out Ian Kinsler, but he reaches out and off the end of the bat, flips one out to left field, a 2 RBI single that snaps the 2-2 tie and puts Texas up 4-2 at that point. The Angels got one back at the bottom of the 8th inning, courtesy of the Howie Kendrick home run. So it's 4-3 as we start the 9th. Scott Downs back out on the hill, facing Josh Hamilton, Michael Young, Nelson Cruz, scheduled 3 guys. It's maybe a 1-batter done situation. Jerome Williams is up and loosening in the pen. He was in the 8th inning as well. Hamilton the lefty, and then you've got 3 consecutive right-handers due up. Hamilton tonight, a 2-for-4 night. Waves at the off-speed pitch. And it's no balls, 2 strikes.
Well, that was a good curveball. That's the thing for Scott Downs. The last 2 times out, not as good a command with that pitch, but certainly on that one he did. I come right back with the same pitch.
A 1-ball, 2 strike. Swing and a miss. Down goes Hamilton. There's out number 1. Fans, you ready to kick back in the best seats at the game? The Chevy Sweet Seats are up for grabs for you and 3 lucky guests. You could even score some sweet seats of your own in a brand new Chevy. For official rules and your chance to win, visit ChevyBaseball.com/Angels. Just as we suspected, a 1-batter performance here in the 9th inning. Jerome Williams coming on with 1 out, and the Angels down 4-3. His Angels debut called up, actually had his contract purchased from AAA Salt Lake earlier today. First game in the big league since 2007 when he was with the Washington Nationals. The Honolulu native, just 29 years of age, a former first-round pick of the San Francisco Giants. Started the year pitching for the Lancaster Barnstormers of the Atlantic League. Oh, my old neck of the woods. Remember those days?
Yes.
The Angels signed him on June 16th. Facing Michael Young, swinging first pitch, and he drives one out to deep left center field. Wells is back, can't get it, goes off the wall. Borges picks up the baseball on the carom, and Young is at second with a 1-out double.
Vernon got hurt going back on that baseball off the wall, probably knocked the wind out of him. High fastball. I always talk about Michael Young. His approach to the plate, looks in early, then looks away late. Fortunately enough, that ball stayed in the ballpark.
Boy, just collided with that wall. Almost with a flat back. And this just in. How about no more fastballs into Michael Young?
Not in. Late, you can go inside when you're ahead of the count, maybe 0-2, 1-2, but not early in the count.
Nelson Cruz takes a slider down and away. Jerome Williams down at, or up, I should say, at Salt Lake, down at AAA. 7-2 record with a 3.91 ERA, 11 games, 10 starts for the Bees at 1 CG. At 60 strikeouts, walks just 15 hitters. Nelson Cruz gets jammed and puts one out to shallow center. Young had to hold up between second and third, and Williams has allowed hits to the first 2 batters he's faced here in the ninth, trying to keep it a 1-run deficit. And now he has to face Mike Napoli with runners at the corners and 1 away.
Well, you have that adrenaline going, and you just an opportunity to get back to the big league level. It's been a long time for Williams. Would love to be able to get a ground ball and an infielder here to get a double play.
Napoli takes the sinker down and in. Napoli 2 doubles, 2 for 4. Now with 19 doubles on the year. The old third to first move in honor of Steve Busby. Happens to be in the Rangers radio booth. The 1-0 pitch. Napoli grounds one to short. Ivor feeds Kendrick for one. Wheeler to first. Low throw dug out by Trumbo. It's an inning-ending double play. We head to the bottom of the ninth. Neftali Feliz will be facing Trumbo, Wells, and Callaspo with the Halos down by a run. Williams gave up 2 hits in his Angels debut, then got the double play ball off the bat of Mike Napoli to give the Angels an opportunity here in the bottom of the ninth, down 4-3.
That's exactly what he wanted to get, the ground ball to be able to get a double play to keep it just a 1-run deficit.
Neftali Feliz, the closer, comes in. He pitched last night, went 1/3 of an inning through 3 total pitches, got Vernon Wells to pop up to end the ball game in a non-save situation, pitching now in his 49th game. 2-3 record at .330 ERA, and he'll be facing Trumbo, Wells, and Callaspo.
Real good fastball for Feliz, 93-97. Curveball and split finger fastball has been using, and we talked about it last night, more breaking pitches of late. Not into that fastball mode exclusively.
Mark Trumbo tonight is 1 for 3. Had an RBI double in the first inning. Has struck out the next 2 times up. The first one is a fastball off the plate for ball 1. Feliz, a guy that has a very good fastball, good slider, but hasn't been using a whole lot of it. As we explained last night until a conversation with Benji Molina last week. And since then he has incorporated that breaking pitch a little bit more and has been more effective. Trumbo looks at a fastball for a strike at 100 miles per hour, which is a little unusual for Feliz.
When he first came up, he was a guy that could reach the fastball up at that neck of the woods, but he's been settling around 93 to 95 range. But yeah, that's a good life on that one at 100.
1-1 pitch, breaking ball outside. It is 2-1. See if Feliz kind of take that right hand, that pitching hand, and hit his thigh. A reminder to keep that front shoulder closed or tucked in a little bit more. And opened up on that slider. There's the 2-1. Trumbo hits a base hit to right field. The leadoff man is on board. Second time tonight that has occurred. The first being way back in the third.
We've seen that approach for Trumbo. Just to simplify it, go the other way, don't pull off the baseball. And a well-hit ball to right field for Trumbo.
Vernon Wells at the plate, 0 for 3. Fly ball to left, a strikeout, a fly ball to center. Fastball up and in, bends Wells back, overthrowing it, and it's 1 ball, no strikes.
Running 1 for 2 against Felice. Love to be able to get a fastball in the inner half up. See if he can turn on it, look for a fastball at this point.
Fastball, he got it, let it fly, fouled it straight back, and it's 1-1.
Boy, he had a good swing at that pitch.
Trumbo at first, the 1-1. Chopper to the right side. Moreland will play it. His only plays to first. Trumbo into scoring position. There's 1 out. Kind of a defensive swing by Vernon Wells there. Pulled on the breaking pitch. But the tying run is in scoring position now for Alberto Callaspo.
One thing to keep in mind is a lot of good arms in the outfield here for the Rangers. But Hamilton going to play a shallow left field. Andy Chavez a good arm in center field also, and Nelson Cruz one of the strongest right field arms in the game.
Outfield's very shallow for Texas all the way around. Callaspo lays off the first pitch. 1 ball, no strikes. Alberto tonight is 0 for 3. A bouncer back to the mound, a fly to right, and a ground ball to third. All of that coming from the right side of the plate against C.J. Wilson, looking for his 12th win of the season. 1-0. Alberto pulls it to the right side. Moreland has it. 2 outs. So 2 ground ball outs to first. Trumbo standing at third, and here comes Eric Ibar.
Well, the Rangers have been throwing a lot of pitches down and in on Eric Ibar, and at least with 2 wild pitches on the season, if he overthrows a breaking ball, could get away from Torrealba at the plate.
Bobby Abreu's come out to the on-deck circle. He would be pinch hitting for Bobby Wilson should we get that far. Ibar tonight 0 for 2. Fly to left, a ground ball to third, and a walk. Michael Young playing in on the grass at third just in case. First pitch. Ibar takes down and away. It is 1-0. Eric, a .288 hitter from the left side this year compared to the .205 coming into this game. Moreland is also in at first base. Here comes the 1-0. Ibar pops it up. Nelson Cruz coming on, and the Texas Rangers have taken the first 3 of this series, and the Angels have fallen 7 games back in the West. Texas wins it tonight 4-3.
Well, an opportunity in the 9th inning once again to have that chance. Mark Trumbo leads off with a base hit. Gets in a scoring position and unable to get that tying run across. Again, we talked about the first inning, score 2 runs, and then don't score again until the 8th inning. One with that big home run to tie the game up at that point in the 6th. And the 2 runs across. Ian Kinsler with a good at bat against Irvin Santana, who battled very well.
Yeah, the only other issue, too, is the fact that you didn't get a man into scoring position until the 9th inning. The only other time was in the 1st. So Texas wins it 3 in a row for them. The Angels have now lost 5 consecutive. 4-3 the final once again. Stick around for Angels Live. Billy Mack, Jose Mota, Tim Salmon breaking it all down. That's coming up next.